Thank you very much, Richard. Yes, I am honoured to come and talk to you all today. I am the founder, managing director and consultant of BSBD, which is a business development consultancy, which I founded after many years of being in-house for all the roles in marketing and business development in professional services, mainly law, and then ending up as a BD marketing director. And in my career, I was very lucky to sit on the board of a number of firms. And possibly why Richard asked me to come and talk today, one of my biggest bugbears is around having that voice of marketing and BD in the room where it happens. It is easier, to be fair, at the mid-market level, where it's sort of more agile, whereas the larger firms there's a lot more layers and complexity, perhaps geographic issues. But I think it's very important for realizing that marketing is not an afterthought. I ran a campaign recently about it not being that postscript to what you're doing. And if anything the pandemic did for us was to bring or raise the capital of what more marketing brings to the table. In terms of, I had many partners phoning me afterwards where firms I've consulted going, thank goodness you've got us a CRM, because we'd have been stuffed if we hadn't had it. But getting that through had been a real mission. And I think really the advisory piece is very important. Whereas previously, perhaps that voice hadn't had the authority or the gravitas that it required. But I think it's also beholden on those marketing people, in their contribution to board level discussions, is to really understand the business. I've worked with senior level marketers who don't understand the financials, the profitability, the metrics, the pricing, and have to really upskill themselves to be in the right conversations. Similarly, working very closely, and it's a real bugbear of mine, but the lack of integration between the different business services or business support, depending on how your firm's budget, with HR, IT, finance, operations, facilities. You need those synergies, you need those conversations to be happening, and you need to be having them with authority at a very senior level for them to really trickle down and take effect. But be listening, and that's the key element of what's coming up. And that is what the pandemic has changed hugely for everyone, is really listening. And I think the marketing piece now is that advisory piece around what do clients want. We've all had persona programs, client journey mapping experience, client relationship management programs that have been, used to greater or lesser success across the firms. But now people are bringing their real selves in a slightly fun way to work, and much more you're in people's homes. And marketing needs to be there informing what the needs and wants are of the customer base, rather than just saying, oh, you want to grow by X, let me go out and make that happen for you. Because the contract for having with clients is a different one, just as the contract with the board and its staff and its partners and everything else is also changing. What do people want out of their careers and their lives? It's no longer just motivated purely by finance. It's got to be culture. It's got to be, society, governance, all the ESG, campaigns getting far more traction than a dry legal update on social media. It's advising them on how they can connect more closely with the human beings that are their clients, rather than the organizations that are their clients, and how they connect internally. And internal marketing has really risen like came to the top on this, because working closely with HR around internal communication, it is still astounding to me on the projects I work on where different parts of the business don't understand where the connectivity is between how we're going to take that to market, what is the proposition that we're going for here, and the folks similarly working with IT procurement. What are the tools we're needing? If we're going to buy in silos, we're not going to truly understand what we want. So working closely with HR on their performance thing also feeds into sector strategy, remuneration committees, all these things that marketing are an integral part of, but don't get thought of immediately at board level decisions. But so internal communication of the integral nature, but also integrating marketing into that conversation is one of my clear things. So better understanding from the marketing piece of what goes on around the firm, and greater understanding and respect of what they bring to the table.